Honorable colleagues, I have examined and approved the votes and proceedings of Tuesday, 10th March 2026. Honorable colleagues, we have in our midst students from an institution here within Abuja that are here to observe our proceedings. Can you please rise for recognition? Students at the gallery. Students, please can you rise? You're welcome. You may sit down, please. Any member with petition? Any petition? Any petition? Yes, Doctor.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker.
Sorry, please. Before then,
Yes,
I have some announcements, sorry.
Okay.
I will call you. Honorable colleagues, this morning we have some communications coming from our honorable colleagues. The first communication from two members from Gombe State. I will start with the letter sent by Right Honorable Inu Agarba, member representing Yamaltu Deba Federal Constituency of Gombe State, who incidentally is the Chairman House Committee on Science Engineering. His letter to us, honorable colleagues, is notice of defection. And the content of his letter read as follows. He said, with deep sense of respect, I write to formally notify you and my honorable colleagues of my resignation from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and my decision to join the All Progressive Congress, APC, with effect from February 19th, 2026 in my constituency. This decision comes after sincere reflection and wide consultations with my constituents and supporters across Yamaltu Deba Federal constituency. The persistent internal challenges within the party have made it increasingly difficult for me to effectively pursue the aspirations and development of the people I represent. Guided by the collective voices and trust of my constituents, I have chosen this new path in the hope of strengthening my capacity to serve them better and to contribute more meaningfully to the work of this honorable House. Kindly accept this letter as my formal notification. Please accept, Right Honorable Speaker, the assurances of my highest regard. Yours faithfully signed, Right Honorable Inu Agarba. Is Honorable Inu Agarba around? Please, can you stand up for recognition? Honorable colleagues, our brand new member of APC joining us today. Congratulations, my brother, and you are welcome to the greatest party in Africa. Now you will know that you are a true member of this Green Chamber. I'm sure the DS will now give you more attention than before.
Mr. Speaker, point of order. Point of order, sir.
Let me finish so that you can take all the points of orders together.
Not even on the letter, on some of us that are not true members of this chamber, sir.
No, I didn't say so. I didn't say so. Maybe you're quoting me out of context. Honorable colleagues, the next member who has a message for us this morning is no other than Honorable Abdullahi Rashid, the member representing Duku Nafada Federal Constituency of Gombe State and the Deputy Chairman House Committee on FCT Area Councils. His letter or message is also in respect of resignation from the People's Democratic Party and notification for joining the All Progressive Congress APC. The body of his letter reads as follows. As leaders and representatives of the people, we are often called upon to take decisions in our political journey, not for the personal benefit, but in the overriding collective interest of the people. Since my election in 2023, as the member representing Duku Nafada Federal Constituency of Gombe State, I have remained steadfast in my commitment to my constituents. Notably, among the achievements recorded is the successful sponsorship and passage of the bill establishing the Federal College of Education, Special Duku, which was graciously assented by His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. In addition, several motions and other developmental projects and programs were executed across the constituency that directly affect the collective and socio-economic well-being of the people. In the course of advancing the mandate entrusted to me, I embarked on extensive consultations across the constituency with major party stakeholders, family members, friends and supporters to determine the most appropriate path regarding my future political affiliation and party membership. This followed a careful and objective assessment of the persistent internal crisis, leadership challenges and divisions within the People's Democratic Party, which have regrettably weakened cohesion and limited its capacity to effectively serve its members and the broader public. At the conclusion of these wide-ranging consultations, a collective decision was reached that I should resign my membership of the People's Democratic Party and align with the All Progressive Congress APC. This decision is predicated on the need to strategically position our constituency within the mainstream of national and state governance for greater developmental opportunities and accelerated delivery of democratic dividends to our people. My decision is further informed by the transformative, renewed hope agenda of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, and the people-oriented policies, economic sustainability programs, and infrastructural development initiatives championed by His Excellency Governor Mohammed Inuwa Yahya Damajan Gombe, which continues to positively position Gombe State. Accordingly, I hereby formally notify you and my honorable colleagues of my resignation from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, effective from 1st February 2026, and my subsequent registration as a member of the All Progressive Congress, APC, on the 8th of February 2026, during the recently concluded nationwide e-membership registration exercise. While reaffirming my unwavering commitment to the principles, visions, and ideas of the All Progressive Congress, please accept the assurances of my highest regard. Signed, Honorable Abdullahi Rashid, member representing Tukuna Manda Federal Constituency. Honorable Abu Rashid, please can you rise for recognition? Congratulations for joining the greatest party in Africa. Congrats, wish you all the best. And I'm sure in due course you will know the difference between being an opposition member and also a member of the majority. I'm sure you can start asking Barrister to tell you the difference because he has started seeing the difference, even from his own state of Kano. Honorable colleagues, we have another letter coming from Honorable Dr. Adewale Morufu Adebayo, member representing Iropodun, Orolu, Oluronda, and Oshobo Federal Constituency of Osun State, and also the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Constituency Outreach. His letter is also on the same subject matter, which is notification of defection from the People's Democratic Party through, this time around, Accord Party, AP. His letter reads as follows. I write to formally notify you and this Honorable House of my decision to resign my membership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and declare for the Accord Party with immediate effect. The reason for my defection is due to the prevailing internal divisions, leadership disputes in the People's Democratic Party, PDP. After careful consultation and consideration, I have decided to join the Accord Party to continue my political journey and contribute to national development. This decision is in no way diminishes my deep respect and appreciation for the PDP. Rather, it reflects my strong conviction to continue serving my people under a political platform that presently aligns more closely with their aspirations and the developmental needs of our constituency. I sincerely appreciate the leaders of the PDP, my colleagues, friends, supporters, and constituents who stood firmly by me throughout my journey in the PDP. I look forward to continue to work hand in hand with all the stakeholders at every level for the progress of Iropodun, Orolu, Olurunda, and Oshobo Federal Constituency and our nation as a whole. Please accept the assurances of my esteemed regards. Signed, Honorable Adewale Morufu Adebayo, popularly known as Gangaria, Deputy Chairman, Committee on Constituency Outreach. Is Honorable Gangaria around? On a very important day like this, I thought you should be here to be formally. He is. How can he be mourning when he's leaving PDP for AD? And they are sisters now, still opposition. So we are wishing him all the best in his new party. The next letter, oh sorry, I think those are the, okay, yeah. We have another letter, honorable colleagues. This time it is coming from one of our landlords. It's a letter from Honorable Joshua Chinedu Obika, member representing Amak Buari, Abuja North Federal Constituency, FCT, and also the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Legislative, Library Research and Documentation. His letter is also on the same subject matter, notification of defection from the Labour Party to the All Progressive Congress. His letter reads as follows. I write with profound respect to formally notify the Honorable House of my decision to defect from the Labour Party to the All Progressive Congress, the ruling party. This decision has become necessary and inevitable due to the prolonged and unresolved leadership crisis within the Labour Party, which has resulted in deep divisions and the emergence of multiple factions. Regrettably, all genuine efforts at reconciliation and internal cohesion have failed, thereby crippling the party's capacity to function effectively and democratically. The impact of this internal crisis was most evident during the recent area councils elections in the Federal Capital Territory, where the Labour Party's candidates were not uploaded on the INEC portal, leading to widespread disenfranchisement of party supporters and loyal members. This unfortunate development has further eroded confidence in the party's leadership and organizational structure. Furthermore, this decision is informed by consistent pressure, appeal, and demands from our constituents, political associates, friends, and critical stakeholders of the APC, who have persistently urged me to return to my original political family, the All Progressive Congress. I consider this move as a response to the overwhelming yearnings of my people for purposeful representation, political stability, and sustainable development. I therefore formally declare my defection to the All Progressive Congress and reaffirm my unwavering commitment to the vision, ideals, and progressive agenda of the party, as well as to the renewed mandate of the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR. I remain resolute in my dedication to the collective victory of our great party in 2027, including the success of Mr. President, our senators, governors, members of the House of Representatives, State House of Assembly members, local government chairmen, councillors, and all other party candidates across the Federation. Kindly accept, Mr. Speaker, the assurances of my highest esteem and distinguished regards. Thank you. Yours faithfully, signed, Honorable Joshua Chinedu Obika. Is Honorable Obika around? See on the floor? No? All the same, my dear Honorable, wherever you are, we wish you all the best. Good luck in your new party. I'm sure you have taken the right decision, and God will continue to be your guide. Honorable colleagues, the last but not the least is a letter coming from all the way from Taraba. And the letter is coming from Right Honorable Mohammed Abdu, member representing Karim Lamido, Lau Ardo Kola, Federal Constituency of Taraba State. His letter is also on the same subject matter, which is notification of defection from the People's Democratic Party, PDP, to the All Progressive Congress, APC. And the letter reads as follows. I write to formally inform you and this honorable House of my decision to resign my membership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, and declare for the All Progressive Congress, APC, effective immediately. The primary reason for my defection is the protracted crisis and internal division currently plaguing the PDP, which has adversely affected its ability to maintain cohesion and deliver effectively on its mandate. This unfortunate turn of events has left me with no choice but to seek a more stable political platform through which I can better serve the interests and aspirations of my constituents in Ardo Kola, Lau, and Karim Lamido Federal Constituency of Taraba State. I acknowledge and appreciate the support I've received from colleagues in the PDP over the years. Nevertheless, the current challenges besetting the party makes it untenable for me to continue under the present circumstances. By joining the APC, I hope to align more closely with a leadership and policy framework that will benefit the people of Ardo Kola, Lau, and Karim Lamido Federal Constituency, and indeed our nation at large. I respectfully request that you kindly bring this letter to the attention of the honorable members of this chamber and take all necessary steps to effect and reflect my new party affiliations in the House records. Thank you for your understanding. I look forward to continue to work with you and all my colleagues in the House to pursue the common good of our beloved country. Yours faithfully, Right Honorable Mohammed Audru, member representing Karim Lamido, Ardo Kola, Lao, Federal Constituency. Is Honorable Abdu around? Congratulations, my dear brother, and welcome to APC, the party of the future, the party that has the best credentials in Africa. I'm sure you have taken the right decision, and God will continue to be with you. Congrats. Please, the three of you, if you may wish to shake hands of the leadership of the majority, and then later the hands of the minority, whom you are parting, please come forward. Let me finish with them, you can come back.
Please go and sit down. Let us do
Honorable Kobis, have you Kobis?
Point of order, copies.
Honorable Kobis, are you their member? Whip.
Honorable colleagues, on a sad note, I've received a message from Right Honorable Barrister Sunday C. Omeha, member representing Iziagu, Udi Federal Constituency of Enugu State, and the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Justice. A letter notifying this honorable chamber of the person of Honorable Chike Mike Okongo Ugu, the Ekedimpa, one of Afa. His letter reads as follows: I write with deep sorrow and a profound sense of loss to formally notify the House of the person of a former member of the House of Representatives, Honorable Chief Mike Okonko Ugu, who represented Udi Federal Constituency from 1979 to 1983. Late Honorable Chief Ugu was a distinguished statesman, engineer, philanthropist, and a traditional leader whose life was defined by service, discipline, and an unwavering commitment to community and national development. He was born on 17 June 1939 in Amoku, Afa, in present-day Enugu State. He rose from humble beginnings and at an early age joined the Nigerian Navy, where he received training both locally and abroad. His pursuit of knowledge led him to the University of London and the University of Salford, where he earned qualifications in engineering and built a successful professional career in broadcasting and also a television engineer in the United Kingdom. On his return to Nigeria, he devoted himself fully to public service. He was a member of the Constituent Assembly in 1977 to 1978, and later served in the Honorable House during the Second Republic under the administration of Shehu Shagari, 1979 to 1983. As the then chairman of the House Committee on Telecommunications, he played a significant role in advancing the modernization of Nigeria's communication sector. Beyond the days of his national service, late Chief Ugu remained deeply committed to grassroots development in Afa and across Udi Iziagu. He facilitated the establishment of the first post office in Afa, championed rural electrification and healthcare initiatives, and promoted structures that strengthen governance at the local level. As Ikedimka, one of Afa, he served as a bridge between traditional leadership and modern governance, fostering peace, unity, and development within his community. His passing on 27 January 2026, at the age of 86, marks the end of a life of exemplary service and enduring legacy. He is survived by his wife, children, grandchildren, and a community that continues to benefit from his contributions and leadership. Funeral and burial arrangements will be communicated to the House in due course. On behalf of my family and the good people of Iziagu/Udi Federal Constituency, I respectfully inform the House of this great loss and humbly request that the House of Representatives accord him the honor and recognition befitting his distinguished service to the nation. Please accept the assurances of my highest regards, and may his soul rest in peace. Signed, Honorable Barrister Sunday C. Umea, member representing Iziagu/Udi Federal Constituency of Enugu State. Honorable colleagues, based on our tradition, as a former member, please can we rise and observe a minute of silence. May his soul rest in peace. Honorable colleagues, any member with petition? I earlier recognized Doctor from Kwara. Please, can you move your petition, please?
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My respected colleagues, my name is Right Honorable Ahmed Inka Aluko, PhD, representing the people of Ilorin East, Ilorin South Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, sir, I rise to lay a petition against University of Abuja Teaching Hospital over wrongful dismissal and refusal to follow
Honorable Yampa.
court process. I so submit, Mr. Speaker, and your indulgence to lay the petition before the House.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? Yes, Honorable.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My dear colleagues, my name is Honorable Amobi Godwin Oga. I represent Nigerians through the good people of Isukwato and Umunnochi Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Abia State. Mr. Speaker, I have a petition against Lemia International Company Nigeria Limited and some disgruntled elements for illegal mining operations in Imobi Autonomous Community, Achara Uturu, Abia State, which has caused total breakdown of law and order. This petition, Mr. Speaker, is signed by His Royal Highness Ezesa S.C. Chukwuemeka of Imobi 4 of Imobi Autonomous Community. I seek the leave of this House, Mr. Speaker, to lay this petition, sir. Thank you.
Please go ahead. Any more petitions? All petitions are referred to the Committee on Public Petitions for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, we have a motion coming from Rep. Aketunde Rotimi Jr., member representing Ekiti North 1, Ikole/Oye Federal Constituency. He has a motion that he feels is very important and urgent for your consideration. With your kind permission, let me recognize him.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Akitunde Rotimi Jr., I represent good people of Ekiti North 1 Federal Constituency, comprising Ikole and Oye local governments. Mr. Speaker, I rise on Order 8, Rule 4, to move a motion of urgent public importance on escalating insecurity in my constituency. And I hereby move that I be allowed to move this motion. Thank you very much.
Any seconder to the first leg of the motion? Honorable Dikon.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Hatajud Nabas, PhD, GCON. I am Honorable Dikin Chike John Okafor, PhD. I represent the good people of Ehimemba, Itu Boma, Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, from Imo State. I rise to second the first leg of the motion ably moved by Akin Rotimi Jr. that this matter is urgent enough to be taken here and now. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I so move.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Second leg of the motion. Honorable Mohammed.
Thank you, Honorable Speaker. My respected Honorable colleagues, I remain Honorable Bargaja Mohammed, presenting Isa and Sam President from Secretaries. I raise second the motion ably by my colleague Resmi. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. Honorable Rotimi, you have the floor.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable colleagues. Mr. Speaker, I would give an abridged version because of time. The House notes the growing wave of kidnappings, killings, and violent attacks in several communities within the Ekiti North 1, Ikole-Oye Federal Constituency, particularly within the Okeaku, Ikpao, Irele, Itapaji, Yemero, and Ijowa axis of Ikole local government. Further notes recent reports of kidnapping incidents along the Okeako-Ikpao-Irele corridor, where criminal elements operating from nearby forests abducted residents, farmers, and travelers, thereby creating widespread fear and insecurity within the local population. Aware of a particular disturbing incident in late February 2026, in which a middle-aged woman was reportedly abducted, sexually assaulted, and killed by kidnappers in the Ajoni area, after which the perpetrators demanded a large ransom together with illicit drugs and other unusual, dehumanizing items before the release of victims. Mr. Speaker, I would abridge by going straight to the resolutions. The House urges the federal government through the Nigerian Police Force, the Nigerian Army, and other relevant security agencies to immediately intensify security operations in the Okeako-Ikpao, Irele, Itapaji, Iyemero, and neighboring communities in the Ikole local government and Oyo local government of Ekiti State. Call on the Office of the National Security Advisor to coordinate a joint security operation involving relevant security agencies to identify and dismantle criminal camps operating within the forests around Ekiti, Kogi, and Kwara border axis. Mandate the House Committees on Defense, Army, Police Affairs, and National Security and Intelligence to engage with the relevant security agencies to ascertain the steps being taken to address the situation and report back to the House within 4 weeks. Observe a minute's silence in honor of my constituents who lost their life due to this kidnapping and violent criminal activities in Ekiti North Federal Constituency and other parts of the country. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, for the opportunity to move this motion that is very, very important to my constituency. Thank you very much.
If works is really working, is not crawling or lying, the chairman can second. But that is on the assumption that works is working. If it is not working, you can sit down. We can identify somebody else.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So is it truly working?
Flying.
Good to hear.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I'm Honorable Akin Alabi, representing the fantastic people of Egbeda Onara Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Oyo State, the Ajia Olubado of Ibadan. I rise to second the motion ably moved by the spokesperson of the House, Honorable Akin Rotimi Jr. As to second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Defense, Army, Police Affairs, and National Security and Intelligence for further legislative action. Honorable colleagues, shall we rise for a minute silence, please? May the soul of the departed rest in peace.
Okay.
Honorable colleagues, the next motion is coming from Honorable Mohammed Umar Bio, member representing Paruten/Kayama Federal Constituency of Kwara State and chairman House Committee on Legislative Budget and Research. He also has a motion he considers urgent and very important for your consideration this afternoon. So if this morning, if Honorable Bio is around, please can you rise and move the motion?
Thank you, His Excellency, Mr. Speaker, my dear honorable colleagues. Mr. Speaker, Mohammed Omar Bio. I speak for the people of Baruten and Kayama Federal Constituency. I come from Kwara State. Mr. Speaker, I rise under Order 8/5, matter of urgent public importance. On the carnage, distant killings, kidnappings of women and children, and destruction of properties by bandits in Waro community in Kayama local government area of Kwara State, Nigeria. on Tuesday, 3rd February 2026.
Honorable, did you seek the permission of the House for you to take the motion?
No, I'm not taking the motion. I'm just reading.
You are
the
reading
caption.
now.
No.
So what are you supposed to do?
I am trying to say to read only the heading and to seek for the indulgence of the House to suspend our relevant rules to enable me to take the motion. Seek.
Thank you. Any seconder to the first leg? My dear friend.
Thank you, Speaker. My name remains Honorable Matthew Wogu, Attorney at Law. I speak for the people of Abombise, Ngopala Federal Constituency. I'm from Imo State. I second the first leg of the motion, ably moved by my friend as well second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Ojogo.
Right, Honorable Speaker, respected colleagues, Donald Kemikamba Ojogo is my name. I represent and speak for the very wonderful people of Ilajes Odo Federal Constituency. As a speaker, I'm a very unique Ijaw man from Ondo State, Southwest Nigeria. As a speaker, I stand before this honorable House to second the second leg of this motion, that is, as has been validly moved by Honorable Bill, and that it is urgent enough to be taken. I so second, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Bill, over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Once again, Mohammed Omar Biya is my name. I speak for the people of Baruten and Kayama Federal Constituency, Mr. Speaker, my dear honorable colleagues, I'm from Kwara State. Mr. Speaker, once again, I rise to present a motion on the carnage, distant killings, kidnapping of women and children, and destruction of properties by bandits in Woro community in Kayama local government area of Kwara State. On the 3rd Tuesday, February 2026, the House notes that Tuesday, 3rd February 2026, will remain a memorable day in the history of Woro community, Kayama local government area of Kwara State, and Nigeria. Also note that the memory is due to large-scale carnage, devilish killings of human beings through slaughtering, bombing, sporadic shooting, burning, destruction of market stores, goods, and kidnapping of women and children in Woro community of Kayama local government area of Kwara State. Recall that the bandits invaded Woro community on the 7th day based on prior notice to the community through a letter written to them through the village head, who in turn informed the appropriate authorities. Also recall that the bandits, according to eyewitness account, came with over 70 motorcycles, each carrying 3 heavily armed bandits, set bombs on the village main roads, burn houses and market stores, shoot sporadically, kill anyone at sight, chase villagers with guns, burn those that hide in the house, and later went away with women and children. Saddened that this bandit action has had devastating effect on the community. Well over 234 people were killed, including men, women, children, Christians, and Muslims. Several houses and vehicles were burned. 176 women and children were kidnapped. Several people were rendered homeless, while wounded people are currently receiving treatment in Kayama and University of Ilorin Teaching Hospital. Take cognizance that Section 14(2) of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria 1999 has altered, mandates that the security of lives and welfare of the people shall be the primary purpose of the government. Hence, government is duty-bound to ensure security of lives and properties in the country. Also cognizance that the criminal act of these bandits on the 7th day in Woro were perpetrated from evening till night for several hours without intervention from any security personnel. Worried that if the inhuman act of these bandits are not nipped in the bud by the concerned authority, there will be further attacks by the bandits. Resolves: condemn the incident of carnage, distant killings, destruction of properties, and kidnapping of women and children in Waro communities, Kayama local government area of Kwara State. Mandate the Nigerian Army to establish a military base in Kayama, as this will be the 5th time this request will be coming from my motion. Mandate the National Emergency Management Agency, NEMA, to provide relief materials for the remaining victims, including food, domestic needs, and building materials. Urge well-meaning levels of government, ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as good Samaritans, to intervene in ameliorating the plight of the remaining victims of the incident. Mandate the House Committee on Defense, Army, and Emergency and Disaster Preparedness to ensure compliance and report back within 4 weeks to this House. Mr. Speaker, my dear honorable colleagues, I so move.
Any seconder? Honorable Badao.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. My honorable colleagues, I remain Badao Ahmed Yusuf, member representing Shannon Abaway Federal Constituency. I'm from Kano State. I stand to second the motion, heavily raised by my honorable colleagues. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committees on Defense, Army, Emergency and Disaster Preparedness for further legislative action. Honorable members, the first business of the day is presentation of 20 bills. I now invite the clerk to read their short titles.
Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, Federal High Court Amendment, Federal High Court Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Court of Appeal Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. University Teaching Hospitals Reconstitution of Boards, etc. Act Amendment Bill, first reading. National Hospital for Women and Children, Abuja, Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Federal Medical Centers Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Psychiatric Hospitals Management Board Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2026, first reading. Orthopedic Hospitals Management Board Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Electoral Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. National Eye Center Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. National Ear Care Center Establishment Bill 2026, first reading. National Hospital for Women and Obstetric Fistula Establishment Bill 2026, first reading. Medical and Dental Practitioners Act Repeal and Enactment Bill 2026, first reading. Pharmacy Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Nursing and Midwifery Council of Nigeria Registration, etc. Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Department of State Service Research and Development Bureau Establishment Bill 2026, first reading. National Defense College Establishment Bill 2026, first reading. National Research Institute for Chemical Technology Establishment Bill 2026, first reading. Engineers Registration, etc. Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Agricultural Research Council of Nigeria Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading. Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Act Amendment Bill 2026, first reading.
Honorable colleagues, the second business of the day is presentation of report of the Committee on Communications on the colloquium on the legislative agenda, the Nigerian Communication Act 2003, with the theme, the Nigerian Communication Act 2003, 22 years after, challenges, opportunities, and future directions for a digital Nigeria, held in Lagos from 29th to 30th April 2025. Standing in the name of Honorable Peter O. Apatterson. Honorable Apatterson is invited to present the report.
Mr. Speaker, and my distinguished colleagues, I am Comrade Peter Ohiozu Apatterson, MNI. I represent the great people of Akoko-Edo Federal Constituency. I am from Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I write to present a report on the Committee of Communication on the colloquium on the legislative agenda, the Nigeria Communication Act 2003, with the theme, the Nigeria Communication Act 2003, 22 years after, challenges, opportunities, and future directions for digital Nigeria, held in Lagos from 29th to 30th April 2023, as I present, Mr. Speaker.
Is the Deputy Chairman of the committee around, please? Deputy Chairman? None? Any member of the Committee on Communication? Honorable Rotimi.
Thank you very much, Right Honorable Speaker. Akitunde Rotimi Jr., I represent good people of Ekiti North 1 Federal Constituency, which comprises Ikole and Oyo local government. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion ably moved by the chairman of the committee. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Apatterson, please proceed and lay your report. The first order of the day is the third reading on a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal Oil and Gas Hospital, Benin, Kurukuru, Wari South, East Local Government Area, Delta State, to provide comprehensive medical services to workers in the oil and gas industry, as well as to communities affected by oil and gas operations and for related matters. Standing in the name of the House Leader, honorable members will recall that the House adopted the report of the Committee of the Whole on the bill on Wednesday, 12 November 2025. I therefore call on the Leader of the House to move that the bill be read the third time.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. I'm Professor Julius Ihonvere, Owan Federal Constituency, Edo State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to move the bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal Oil and Gas Hospital, Benin, Kurukuru, Wari, Southeast Local Government Area, Delta State, to provide comprehensive medical services to workers in the oil and gas industry, as well as to communities affected by oil and gas operations and for related matters, SB 847, be read each all time. I so move. Thank you, sir.
The Leader of the Minority, please can you kindly second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for the third reading of Senate Bill 847. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Clerk.
Right, Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of Federal Oil and Gas Hospital, Beni, Kurukuru, Wari Southeast Local Government Area, Delta State, to provide comprehensive medical services to workers in the oil and gas industry, as well as communities affected by oil and gas operations and for related matters. Third reading.
This bill is read the third time and passed. The second order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Bitumen Development Commission of Nigeria and provide a legal framework for the promotion of research, study, investment, exploration, production, exportation, development, and utilization of locally sourced bitumen in Nigeria and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Julius Ohovere, the House Leader. Honorable members will recall that the bill was transmitted by the Senate, seeking concurrence of the House of Representatives. The bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 15th October 2025. I'll now invite the House Leader to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This is a Senate bill, so I rise to move that a bill for an act to establish the Bitumen Development Commission of Nigeria and provide a legal framework for the promotion of research, study, investment, exploration, production, exportation, development, and utilization of locally sourced bitumen in Nigeria for related matters, Senate Bill 07, read the second time. Thank you, sir.
Any seconder, please? The Minority Leader.
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion for second reading of the bill from Senate 07. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to establish Bitumen Development Commission of Nigeria and provide a legal framework for the promotion of research, study, investment, exploration, production, exploitation, development, and utilization of locally sourced bitumen in Nigeria and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The third order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to provide for establishment of Chartered Sustainability Professionals Institute of Nigeria and for related matters. Standing in the names of Honorable Akiolu Moshood Kayode and Honorable Isa Bello Ambarura. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 16 December 2025. I'll now invite Honorable Kayode or Honorable Waeve, Honorable Ambarura to move that the bill be read a second time.
Thank you very much. Okay. Mr. Speaker? Oh, sorry.
Oh, Honorable Moshood, you are there?
Yes, Mr. Speaker.
Okay, okay. So go ahead, please.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, honorable colleague. I remain Honorable Moshood Kayode Akiolu. I represent the people of Lagos Island Federal Constituency 2 from Lagos State, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, my bill is to establish a body the body of Chartered Sustainability Professional Institutions of Nigeria for all related matters. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Honorable Miriam, you are looking great.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, distinguished honorable colleagues. My name is Honorable Miriam Odinaka Onoha. I represent Isi Alambano, Onimo, Okigwe Federal Constituency. I am from Imo State. I rise this morning to second that the motion for the bill for an act to establish the Chartered Institute of Sustainable Professionals be read a second time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. Honorable Lambarura, please can you give us just an overview of what this bill is all about? I thought you gently sponsored the bill. Are you in a position to talk, or you want Honorable Moshood to speak on your behalf? It's just an overview to give members an idea of what this bill is all about. Go ahead if you are comfortable to speak.
Mr. Speaker, my respected colleagues, I am Honorable Bella Issa Ambarura, member representing Gwadabawa Ilela. Mr. Speaker, I am from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, I rise up to lead a debate on the Chartered Sustainability Professional Institute of Nigeria, Bill 2025. Mr. Speaker, our country is confronted clearly with serious and environmental challenges such as deforestation, desertification, erosion, pollution, flooding, climate, vulnerability, open and abandoned mining fields, etc. Most of these challenges, Mr. Speaker, are the grim consequences of unsustainability development, and they directly affect food security, public health, economic productivity, and national stability. Mr. Speaker, in this respect, it is true that in our quest to develop our nation, we must exploit our national resources. Sadly, our environment is the worst for it, and it bears the ugly scars of human development. Thankfully, these challenges are not unique to Nigeria, as other parts of the world are grouping with the same issues. And in response to this reality, the world is now moving towards sustainability and sustainable development, emphasizing the need to strike a balance between our national resources. This is so that our children, grandchildren, and other future generations would be able to enjoy these resources long after us. In summary, Mr. Speaker, as a concept, sustainability and sustainable development exist in our laws, but there is an attempt to organize or formalize the professional in Nigeria. This bill addresses the gap where sustainability practice remains fragmented and largely unregulated.
Mr. Speaker,
therefore,
point of order.
Yes, Honorable Victor.
Mr. Speaker, my name is Honorable Victor Nwokoro, member representing Ika North East, Ika South constituency of Delta State. I stand to draw his attention to Order 9, Rule 1, which clearly states that a member shall not read his speech, save his moving a motion or presenting a bill. Clearly, all he's been doing in the last 3 minutes is to be going line by line, paragraph by paragraph,
No, this is just an explanation.
So
It's an
explanation is not reading from his reading.
Anything
It's reading.
from the bill. He's just making an explanation, which is in order. Thank you, Honorable Victor. I think, Honorable Ambarura, with the little you have said,
Yes, I will round up.
members are probably in a position now to appreciate what the bill is all about. You can sit down. We can put the question to members now. I'm sure they will be in a position to take an objective decision concerning whether the bill is good or bad. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Thank you. Honorable colleagues, we have heard from one of the sponsors.
Contribution, sir.
Yes, the leader.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues. I am Kingsley Chinda. My dear colleagues, looking at this bill, I feel a little bit worried. I think that we need to do more work on it. That's why I'm on my feet to make my contribution. First, the bill is talking about establishing chartered, sustainability professionals Institute of Nigeria. It doesn't really make sense. I don't think that there is any program, any course today that is sustainability course. Nobody is trained in sustainability. For us to now establish an institute of professionals in that field. Now, if you also look at the argument, it all has to do with having a sustainable environment. And these things are incorporated in various laws. Environmental Act captures what you need to do, like the EIA and all that. So I think that we need to think through this properly so that some of these things, we don't chunk them out only for the public to begin to wonder what we're actually doing here. So I will pray that my learned colleague should look at it a second time and try to properly bring out his intentions. I believe that he has good intentions, but it's not very well conveyed. I will ask that we step this bill down for a proper consideration of the bill, sir. Thank you.
Mr.
Thank
Speaker.
you, leader.
Mr. Speaker.
Moshood, I
Yes, sir.
also have some reservation. The title seems vague. It doesn't convey the exact probably meaning of what your bill is all about.
Mr. Speaker,
Sustainability.
if you will permit me to shed more light on it, perhaps you would understand better, Mr. Speaker, with the kind permission of Mr. Speaker and this Honourable House. If
Can you
permit-
restrict yourself to the title first? How do you come about this name? And how do you think this name fits into the broader objective of your bill?
Very well, Mr. Speaker. Mr. Speaker, Nigeria is growing towards sustainability development field. And in that area around the world, there are professionals in the field, even in the United Nations, which was why in 2011, the United Nations initiated the United Nations READ program, which they used Cross River as a pilot scheme. Mr. Speaker, the United Nations rewarded communities in Cross River that they took pilot samples of those that preserve forests, which reduce greenhouse emission. Mr. Speaker, around the world, there are sustainability professionals, and they have institutions that they go to license them before they are approved to be a practitioner. Nigeria is one of the very few countries in the world that we practice sustainability, but we don't have a body. So this institution is to provide a body that regulates membership, their professional ethics and all. So in a nutshell, it's like the Nigerian Bar Association. It regulates you before you be licensed to practice. That is all, Mr. Speaker. Because around the world, they have their guidelines and procedures, sir. Thank you.
Okay, Honorable Rotimi.
Thank you very much, Right Honourable Speaker. Mr. Speaker, I would like to move the motion that instead of outrightly, negativing this bill, I'd like to move the motion that the sponsor of the bill should share more details with honourable colleagues ahead. I'm just receiving this document over here, and it wouldn't allow for us to properly discuss it. So instead of outrightly stepping it down, rather negative in it, I'd like to suggest and move the motion that the bill should be stepped down.
You don't have to move any motion.
For further consultation, please.
Yeah, let's find out from Honorable Moshood. Would you want us to step down the bill to be represented tomorrow, to allow members have copies of your bill so that they can go through and see how the bill and the title of the bill relates to each other? Or do you want us to go ahead
Yes,
and put
Mr.
the
Speaker,
question?
I will step it down so that I can bring it properly, talk to my members, and let them see the
Yes,
let them see the
particularly
rationale.
that title, please look at it critically.
Okay, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you.
I take the leave of this House to step the bill down. Thank you.
Thank you very much. This bill is stepped down by the leave of the House. Honorable colleagues, the fourth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria, Act number 39, 2022, and for related matters. Standing in the name of Honorable Zakaria Dauda Nyampa. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Tuesday, 13th May 2025. I now invite Honorable Nyampa to move that the bill be read the second time.
Thank you, Your Excellency, Mr. Speaker, the great Ian Zazzau, my distinguished colleagues. I am Dauda Zakaria Nyampa, the member representing the people of Madagali, Michika Federal Constituency from Adamawa State. I rise to lead the debate on the bill for Act to amend the Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria, Act number 39, 2020, and other related matters, House Bill 2023. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? My dear brother.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members. Kwamochi Bitrus Laori, representing Jamsanuma Lamurde Federal Constituency. I rise to support the motion that the bill, he lead the debate to read the bill for the second time. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This bill is an establishment bill, I believe. And the bill speaks, the title of the bill speaks for itself. So, honorable colleagues, with their kind permission, we go ahead and put the question. Those in support of this bill be allowed to go for second reading, say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk.
Right Honorable Speaker, honorable members, a bill for an act to amend the Chartered Risk Management Institute of Nigeria, Act number 39, 2022, and for related matters. Second reading.
This bill is referred to the Committee on Commerce for further legislative action. The fifth order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to establish Strategic Intelligence Management Institute charged with the administration and management of the institute and for related matters. Standing in the names of Honorable Adamu Ibrahim Gamawa and Honorable Ahmed Satome. Honorable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 5th November 2025. I now invite Honorable Gamawa to move that the bill be read a second time. Honorable Wale, Honorable Wale, can you please sit on my seat there for special recognition? Please go and sit down there. Thank you very much. God bless you. Yes. You assume that name. Honorable Gaba, please go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, I rise this morning to move that an act to establish Strategic Intelligence Management Institute charged with the administration and management of institutes and for related matters, read the second time. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Have you moved? Okay, any seconder? Honorable, please go ahead. I can't see the place properly.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Thanks for the audience. Ali Adeyemi Taufik is my name. I represent good people of Motion 1 presidency in Lagos. Mr. Speaker and my dear colleagues, I rise to second that the bill, as moved by my dear colleague, Honorable Gamawa, be read for the second time. I so second. Thank you, sir.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against you say nay.
Point of order, sir.
Point of order. Yes.
Thank you very much, my speaker, my colleagues. My name is Clement Jimbo, member representing the very good people of Abak, Itmekbu, and Ika Federal Constituency from Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, it's just an observation with regards to this very establishment bill. I've just observed that the bill in question has already been established last year, so it shouldn't be a duplication of parliamentary effort. So the one that you've just read, the bill for an act to establish Strategic Intelligence Management Institute, it has already been established. Thank you.
The chair rules and business, can you be able to make an input on this? If we have already considered, and this is not an amendment, right? It's not an amendment to that particular, it's a pure establishment bill this time around.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, as far as we are aware, it's been established, but no legal framework, no legal backing. I think that's no legal backing to the establishment. I think that's what Honorable Gamwa is trying to address.
What?
The absence of a legal framework backing it. I think that's what the Honorable is trying to address.
Cyril. Oh, sorry. Honorable Jumbo, is it establishment of the agency or establishment of an enabling act for the agency? Which one are you talking about? Because an agency can be established without an act.
Okay, the bill in question was established in January 2025.
As an act of parliament?
The title of the bill is Strategic Intelligence Management Institute. It is exactly what has been read for the second reading here.
So it's not that it is established, but it was already presented.
No, it
Somebody
has been
has
established.
sponsored that bill.
It has been established.
Assented by Mr. President.
Well, that is why maybe the Committee on Rules and Business should do a further research on it.
I think what we need to do, honorable colleagues, since we are not too sure.
Yes.
The chairman rules, please you and the clerk make further investigation concerning the status of this particular bill and report back tomorrow. If it is a bill that has already been passed into law,
Mr. Speaker.
Let us know by tomorrow. And if it is not, represent it for the consideration of the House. Okay? So this bill is stepped down by the leave of the House.
Okay. It's not established. Mr. Speaker.
Honorable colleagues, the sixth order of the day is a motion on reconsideration of outstanding bills from the preceding assembly. Standing in the name of Honorable Francis Wahebe. Honorable Wahebe is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Francis A. Jirogane Wahebe is my name, and I represent the entire people of Ughelli North, Ughelli South, and Udu. I'm from Delta State. I rise to move for the reconsideration of outstanding bills from preceding assembly 1. Polytechnics Act Amendment Bill 2025, HB 2114, and National Research Institute of Chemical Technology Establishment Act 2026, HB 2711. The House notes that pursuant to Order 12, Rule 11, A, B, C, and D of the standing orders, the House may, upon being regazetted or circulated, reconsider in the Committee of the Whole without commencing de novo the bills whose report were presented by the committee before consideration, passed by the House and forwarded to the Senate for concurrence, for which no concurrence was made or negative, passed by the Senate and forwarded to the House, for which no concurrence was made or negative, or passed by the preceding assembly and forwarded to the President for assent, but for which assent or withholding thereof were not communicated before the end of the term of the preceding assembly. The House also notes that the aforementioned bills were passed by the preceding assembly and forwarded to the President for assent, but for which assent or withholding thereof was not communicated before the end of the term of the last assembly. However, the bills were read for the first time as HBs 2114 and 2711 respectively. The House resolves to recommit the bills to the Committee of the Whole for consideration. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Honorable Ambarura, please can you kindly second?
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Respected colleagues, I'm Honorable Bello Isa Ambarura. Mr. Speaker, member representing Goraba Elela. I'm from Sokoto State. Mr. Speaker, I rise up to support the motion ably moved by my chairman on the reconsideration of outstanding bills from preceding assembly. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. So this bill is recommitted to the Committee of the Whole for further legislative action. The seventh order of the day is a motion on the need for the construction of Benin-Lagos Railway Corridor to boost trade, ease transportation, and enhance security, standing in the name of Honorable Omosede G. Ibnidion. Honorable Ibnidion is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Right Honourable Speaker, distinguished honourable colleagues. I remain Right Honourable Omosede Gabriela Ibnidion, representing the good people of Ovia Northeast and Ovia Southwest Federal Constituency. I am from the heartbeat of the nation, Edo State. The need for the construction of Benin-Lagos Railway Corridor to boost trade, ease transportation, and enhance security. The House notes that the Lagos and Benin City are major economic and population centers with daily transportation of people, goods, and agricultural produce along the route. Also notes that the Lagos-Benin Highway is currently overburdened, plagued by traffic, congestion, dilapidation, and rising incidents of armed robbery, kidnapping, and accidents. Concerned that the absence of a railway alternative on this critical route puts strain on the national economy, endangers lives, delays supply chains, and stifles regional integration. Further notes that developing a modern railway line between Benin and Lagos will provide a safer, faster, and more reliable alternative for commuters and businesses, while also reducing pressure on the road network. Worried that insecurity along this route continues to discourage interstate travel and commercial activity, especially for women, traders, students, and farmers transporting produce. Believes that investment in railway infrastructure is not only an economic strategy, but also a national security imperative, especially in vulnerable and high-traffic regions. Resolves to 1, urge the Federal Ministry of Transportation and the National Railway Corporation, NRC, to prioritize the development of Benin-Lagos Railway Corridor under the National Transport Master Plan. 2, encourage the security components such as surveillance systems, railway police, and secured terminals to be integrated into the design of the railway infrastructure. And 3, mandate the Committee on Land Transport to ensure compliance. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Any seconder to this motion? My dear brother.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, distinguished colleagues. My name is Idem Unyime, member representing Ukanafun, Rowanam Federal Constituency of Akwa Ibom State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion as moved by my sister and colleague. I so second. Thank you.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Land Transport for further legislative action. The 8th order of the day is a motion on the need to construct pedestrian bridges on the ongoing Shagamu-Benin Expressway project, standing in the name of Honorable Adeshola Ayola Alebeji. Honorable Alebeji is invited to move the motion.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker and honorable colleagues. My name is Adeshola Ayola Alebeji. I represent the good people of Ikene, Shagamu, Remonot Federal Constituency. I'm from Ogun State, the Gateway State. I rise this morning to move the motion on the need to construct pedestrian bridges on the ongoing Shagamu-Benin Expressway project. The House notes that the increasing rate of road accidents and fatalities being recorded daily and along the Shagamu-Benin Expressway, especially within the Shagamu axis, where the expressway cuts directly across the heart of the town. Also notes that the ongoing construction of the Shagamu-Benin Expressway has inadvertently created significant safety challenges for pedestrians and motorists due to the absence of designated pedestrian crossings, bridges, and flyovers. Aware that the expressway has effectively divided Shagamu town into 2 distinct parts, with a section along the expressway experiencing an explosive population growth, tripling the size of the older part of Shagamu, leading to constant movement of residents, traders, and students along the highway. Concerned that the constant human and vehicular movement along a high-speed highway have resulted in fatal accidents involving school children, market women, and commuters attempting to cross the expressway. Recognizes that the Shagamu Express Junction, linking the total expressway with Ewoluwo, RSS Junction, linking area command to the express junction, and Ikene Express Junction, linking the Delabo area in Ilishan, have become major danger zones in dire need of pedestrian safety infrastructure. Cognizant that the construction of pedestrian bridges and flyovers at these critical points will not only prevent the loss of lives, but will enhance the free flow of traffic, protect economic activities, and support the long-term urban development of Shagamu and its environs. Resolves to urge the Federal Ministry of Works to immediately review the Shagamu-Benin Expressway project design and include the construction of flyovers and pedestrian bridges at identified high-risk areas by Shagamu. 2, also urge the Federal Ministry of Works to liaise with the Ogun State government to ensure that the safety infrastructure is integrated into federal highway projects in Ogun State. 3, urge the Federal Road Safety Corps and the Ogun State Traffic Compliance and Enforcement Corps to intensify public enlightenment campaigns on road safety and ensure temporary pedestrian crossings are provided pending the construction of permanent structures. 4, mandates the Committee of Works to construct an on-the-spot assessment of the Shagamu axis of the expressway, particularly the total Ewu-Oliwo Junction, RSS Junction, Ikene Delabo Junction, and report within 4 weeks for further legislative action. Thank you.
Mr. Speaker, dear colleagues, I rise to second this all-important motion moved by my dear colleague to say that this is long overdue. I so second. I am Honorable
Are you
Kalejaya
seconding
Adeboye
without
Paul.
letting the
Thank
general
you, sir.
public know who you are and who you are representing?
I am Honorable Kalejaya Adeboye Paul, PhD. I represent Ajero Mi Feludun Federal Constituency, the
Are you fasting,
Nigeria.
Honorable Kalajaye?
Sir?
Are you fasting?
Yes, sir, yes, sir.
Now I
The
can
Christians are in
understand.
Lent.
Oh, okay. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
It's not a Catholic only that is fasting. So I so second this motion. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. This motion is referred to the Committee on Works for further legislative action. The ninth order of the day is a motion on rising costs of drugs in Nigeria and the need to fast-track the revival of local pharmaceutical manufacturing, standing in the name of Honorable Alex Mascot Ikweche. Honorable Mascot is invited to move the motion. Is Honorable Mascot around? No? This motion is stepped down by the leave of the House. The 10th order of the day is consideration of 3 bills standing in the name of the House Leader. Honorable, the House Leader will move for their consideration. Is he around? Okay. Honorable Sada, you will present on his behalf, right?
Honorable Speaker, my name is Sada Soli. I'm standing in for the House Leader. Mr. Speaker, I move that this House consider HB 2072, HB 2114, and HB 516. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
No, you need to state the titles of those HBs for records.
Mr. Speaker, I move that this House consider a bill for an act to provide for the establishment of the National Assembly Infrastructure and Property Agency to take over the operation, management, development, maintenance, and preservation of the National Assembly complex and all properties of the National Assembly anywhere in Nigeria and for related matters, HB 2072. So move, Mr. Speaker. May I go ahead with the rest?
Yes, please, go ahead.
I also move a bill for an act to amend the Federal Polytechnic Act, CAP F17, Laws of the Federation of Nigeria, 2004, to, among other things, review the functions of the functions of the Polytechnic and related matters, HB 2114. And I move that a bill for an act to provide for the assignment of receivables through factoring, establish legal certainty, promote transparency, modernize assignment laws, facilitate access to credit, and enhance domestic and international trade, and for related matters, HB 516. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you, the acting House Leader. The Minority Leader, please can you kindly say a second?
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that the said 3 bills, very well espoused by the acting House Leader, be committed to Committee of the Whole. That's HB 2072, HB 2114, and HB 516. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. That is have it. The 11th order of the day is consideration of 2 reports of the Committee on Public Service Matters. Honorable Sani Umar Bala will move for their consideration. Is Honorable Sani around? Okay, the deputy is around, right?
Right Honorable Speaker, sir. My dear respected honorable colleagues, my name is Salisu Yusuf Majigiri, representing Mashidu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Katsina State. I'm the Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Public Service Matters. I wish to move that the two bills be considered by this honorable House. The first bill for the consideration of the bill for the House to consider the report of the Committee on Public Service Matters on a bill for an act to amend the National Assembly Service Pension Board Act, number 62, 2023, to, among other things, reconstitute the membership of the board, provide a template for payment of gratuity, and establish a fund for the scheme and for related matters, HB 2240, and approve recommendations therein. The second bill, that the House to consider the report of the Committee on Public Service Matters on a bill for an act to repeal the National Assembly Service Act, number 63, 2014, and enact the National Assembly Service Act 2025 to provide for a clear administrative structure for the National Assembly Service, outlining the qualification for the appointment of clerks, heads of directorates of the National Assembly, and the Secretary to the Commission to enhance professionalism and accountability within the National Assembly's administrative framework and for related matters, HB 2056, and approve recommendations therein. I so move, Mr. Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Majigiri. Any member of the committee? Honorable Al-Rashid.
Mr. Speaker, my honorable colleagues, I'm Honorable Abdullahi Rashid, member representing the Kunafada Federal Constituency from Gombe State. I rise to second a motion that the House do receive the report of the Committee on Public Service Matters on Bill HB 2240 and HB 2056. I so second, Your Excellency.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The 12th order of the day is consideration of report of the Committee on Public Petition on the petition by sovereignty legal practitioners on behalf of stakeholders in education sector against the invalidation of degree certificates from the Republics of Benin and Togo by the federal government of Nigeria. Honorable Laori Komoti will move for its consideration.
Thank you, Right Honorable Speaker. Honorable members, Komoti Bitrus Laori, I speak for the people of Jamsandum and Lamude Federal Constituency of Adamawa State. Mr. Speaker, I do move that the House do consider the report of the Committee on Public Petitions on the petition by sovereignty legal practitioners on behalf of stakeholders in the education sector against the invalidation of degree certificates from the Republic of Benin and Togo by the federal government of Nigeria and approve recommendations therein. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Any seconder? Any member? Is the deputy chairman of the committee around? Any member of the committee? Deputy is not around, right? Honorable Dennis.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Honorable colleagues, my name is Right Honorable Dennis Nnamdi Abo. I represent the highly enterprising people of Ibweze and North Udenu Federal Constituency. Mr. Speaker, I'm from Enugu State. Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that this report be considered. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. The ayes have it. The acting leader of the House, please can you move for the House to resolve into the Committee of the Whole?
Honourable Speaker, honourable members, I move that the House resolve into the Committee of the Whole. I so move.
The leader of the minority, please can you kindly second?
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that the House do resolve into Committee of the Whole. I so second.
Those in support of this motion should say aye. Those against should say nay. There is have it. House hereby resolved into the Committee of the Whole. Before the DS takes over, let me announce the composition of an ad hoc committee to investigate the Museum of West Africa at MOA, which came as a result of a motion passed on the need to investigate the establishment, funding, and implementation framework of the Museum of West African Arts, MOA in Benin City, Edo State. Members of the committee are Honorable Olumide Oshoba, Chairman, Honorable Abdul Malik Danga, Member, Honorable Esosa Yahweh, Member, Honorable Tochuku Okere, Member, Honorable Ibrahim Mohammed, Member, Honorable Billy Osauru, Member, Honorable Abdullah Rashid, Member, Honorable Fatoba Olushola, Member, Honorable Jafaru Yakubu, Member, Honorable Donald Ojogo, Member, Honorable Hassan Mohammed Danjuma, Member. Thank you.
Good afternoon, honorable members. Honorable colleagues, the first bill to be considered is for an act to provide for establishment of the National Assembly Infrastructure and Property Agency to take over the operation, management, development, maintenance, and preservation of the National Assembly complex and all properties of the National Assembly anywhere in Nigeria and for related matters. I invite the leader to give us the synopsis of this bill.
Honourable Speaker, this is an amendment bill to Federal Polytechnic Act. It's an amendment to Section 2 of the Act and Section 8 of the Act, of the existing Act. And particularly on Section 8 of this Act is trying to amend.
Are you looking at the right one?
Yes, that's number, isn't
the
National Assembly.
The first bill to be considered act to provide establishment.
Sorry, Mr. Chairman. Mr. Chairman, this bill is about this institution. It is very, very historical. If you understand the trajectory of the history of the Parliament does not manage its infrastructure. And it has attained a position whereby there is huge investment in infrastructural development, but there is a lacuna in where it manages its infrastructure and develop ownership. Particularly this building, we don't own it, we don't manage it, and we don't have responsibility on it. And it is quite archaic. It's not in tandem with parliaments around the world, where parliaments own their infrastructure, develop it, and manage it.
All right.
So that is the purpose of this bill. It has 18 clauses, and these 18 clauses will guarantee how this parliament will manage its infrastructure.
Thank you, Honourable colleagues. These are bills to manage our properties, and I will just put the question. There are 18 clauses, the schedules, and the long title. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 4, Clause 5, Clause 6, Clause 7, Clause 8, Clause 9, Clause 10, Clause 11, Clause 12, Clause 13, Clause 14 to 18, the shadows, explanatory memorandum, the long title, the second bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Federal Polytechnics Act, Cap F17, Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to, among other things, review the functions of the polytechnics and related matters. Again, Leader, please, 1 minute synopsis.
Mr. Chairman, this bill is amending the Federal Polytechnic Act, Cap F17, and basically this one is amending Section 2 of that Act and Section 8 of that Act. Particularly on Section 8 is trying to amend the appointment of a rector, which is an improvement of the existing Act going in future. So it's quite futuristic and it's quite in tandem with what is going on in the country.
All right.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, this is straightforward. It's already existing enactment. All we are doing is amend it to include some of these. And it's only 4 clauses for HB 2114. Explanatory memorandum and the long title of the bill. Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 4, explanatory memorandum, the long title of the bill. The third bill to be considered is that of an act to provide for the assignment of receivables through factoring, establish legal certainty, promotes transparency, modernize assignment laws, facilitate access to credit, and enhance domestic as well as international trade and for related matters. Leader, the floor is yours again.
Mr. Chairman, this is a bill with about 26 clauses. This is a bill that will create a regulatory framework that will facilitate the development of debt factoring as an alternative means of financing for domestic and international trade in Nigeria. This bill is very technical, but is good within the finance ecosystem. So it's very important if members will have this bill, read it, and pass it, because it's very, very important within our finance ecosystem. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Honorable colleagues, the question is for 26 clauses to be made part of this enactment, and this includes shadows, explanatory memorandum, and the short title. And the long title, please. Clause 1. Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 4, Clause 5, Clause 6, Clause 7 to 10, Clause 11 to 15, Clause 16 to 20, Clause 20 to 22, 23 to 26. The long title, Explanatory Memorandum. Honorable colleagues, the first report to be considered is that of Committee on Public Service Matters on a bill for an act to amend National Assembly Service Pension Board, Act number 62, 2023, to, among all things, reconstitute the membership of the board, provide a template for payment of gratuity, and establish a fund for the scheme and for related matters. Is Honorable Sani Umar in the House? Sani Umar Bala. Yeah, give us 1 minute synopsis, please.
Honorable Chairman, I remain Salisu Isuma Digiri, member representing Mashidu Federal Constituency. I'm from Katsina State, Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Public Service Matters. Mr. Chairman, I wish to give the synopsis of the two bills together so that they can be considered together. Mr. Chairman, honorable members, you will recall that the bill for an act to repeal the National Assembly Service Commission Act, CAF, and 7 laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, and enact the National Assembly Service Act 2025, HB 2065, as well as the National Assembly Service Pension Board Establishment and Amendment Bill 2025, HB 2240, were both sponsored by the Right Honorable Speaker, His Excellency Tajuddin Abbas, PhD, GCON. While the National Assembly Service Establishment Bill 2025 was read for the first time on 5th of February 2025, the National Assembly Service Pension Board...
It's before us. Just say we should consider the 11 clauses.
Oh, I wish to move that the 11 clauses be considered, Mr. Chairman.
Thank you, Honorable Oman.
Thank you so much.
Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot. Honorable colleagues, there are only 11 clauses, and then the long title of the bill. So I put the question: Clause 1, Clause 2, Clause 3, Clause 4, Clause 5, Clause 6, Clause 7, Clause 8, Clause 9, Clause 10, Clause 11, the long title. Most distinguished colleagues, the second report to be considered is that of the Committee on Public Service Matters on the bill for an act to repeal the National Assembly Service Act, number 63, 2014, and enact the National Assembly Service Act 2025 to provide for a clear administrative structure for the National Assembly Service, outlining the qualifications for the appointment of clerks, head of directorate of the National Assembly, and the secretary to the Commission to enhance professionalism and accountability within the National Assembly's administrative framework, and for related matters. Again, Honorable Omar, 1 minute.
Mr. Chairman, I remain Salisu Isuma Digiri, member representing Mashidu Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, I am from Katsina State and Deputy Chairman, House Committee on Electoral Matters. I wish to move for the consideration of the 11 clause, 21 clauses as contained in the proposed amendment bill.
I think it's 32 clauses.
32 clauses,
yes.
Mr. Chairman.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Honorable Omar. Honorable colleagues, there are 32 clauses, schedules, and the long title of the bill that we want to make part of this legislation. I just put the question 1 to 5, clause 6 to 10, clause 11 to 15, clause 16, clause 17, clause 18, 19 to 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, the shadows, the long title of the bill. House Leader, please Okay, there's a third report. The third report to be considered is that of the Committee on Public Petition. The petition by sovereignty legal practitioners on behalf of stakeholders in education against the invalidation of degree certificates from the Republic of Benin and Togo by the federal government of Nigeria. I now invite Honorable Lowry Kwamoti, the chairman of that committee, to give the synopsis in 1 minute of that report.
Thank you, Right Honorable Chairman Kwamoti Bitrus Lowry, representing Jamsanum and Lamode Federal Constituency. Mr. Chairman, the committee have gone over this report, and it has interaction with the Federal Minister of Education, Minister of Foreign Affairs, embassies of both Togo and Benin, and also their ministries of education. And they have all in agreement as to the institutions that are accredited, fully accredited, and also we have gone to ECOWAS in respect of all this, and the committee have given their recommendation. And incidentally, there is another committee set by this House to look about the issue of fake certificates and forgeries, which will now confirm that the recommendations here are in line. Therefore, move that this House do adopt the recommendation of the committee, as a lot of thousands of our young people are being affected. Some have lost their jobs. Some are being asked to stop until this decision is making. And this committee even have to write several ministries to say, look, this matter is before the House. Wait for the decision of the House before you take any action. And so I move that we adopt the recommendation of the committee.
Thank you. Thank you for a job well done. A lot of students pass through difficulty after studying in Benin, Togo, and we have received a lot of complaints. I'm not sure if ECOWAS has a verification body with regards to the education, the educational sector. Maybe the time has called for it, for us to have a sub-regional body that will look into this, if there is none that is existing at the moment, where children will train and then they will not be able to be integrated into the system, even though they have passed through the basic qualification. It's a disservice to their growth. But the House will look at the recommendations you have made. I think I've seen there are about 5 of them, and then we'll see if they are in order or not. So, honorable colleagues, the last report to be considered is that of this Committee on Public Petition, and there are 5 of them in forms of resolution. So let's go through them, and you will find them on page 457 of your order paper, number 105-457. There are 5 recommendations there. I will just put the question. Recommendation 1. Let's look at the second recommendation. Case-by-case verification mechanism. Recommendation 2. Let's look at the third recommendation. The Federal Ministry of Education should work closely with the education authorities in Benin and Togo to strengthen verification framework, curb academic fraud, and authenticate foreign qualification. Recommendation 3. Let's look at recommendation 4. That the federal government of Nigeria, through the Ministry of Information and National Orientation Agency, should raise public awareness to educate Nigerians on verifying the accreditation status of foreign institutions and on obtaining homologation or equivalent certification where applicable. Recommendation 4. The last recommendation is recommendation 5, that the federal government of Nigeria should align its future policy with Nigeria's bilateral, regional, and international treaty obligation. Recommendation 5. Leader, please move that the House revert to plenary to report progress from the Committee of the Whole.
Mr. Chairman, I move that the House revert to plenary to report progress. I so move, Mr.
Minority
Chairman.
Leader, please.
Mr. Chairman, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the acting House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of the motion that we do revert to plenary to report progress, say aye. Those against, say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby reverts to plenary. Honorable colleagues, it was the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report on a bill for an act to provide for establishment of the National Assembly Infrastructure and Property Agency to take over the operation, management, development, maintenance, and preservation of the National Assembly complex and all properties of the National Assembly anywhere in Nigeria and for related matters, and considered and approved clauses 1 to 18, schedules, explanatory memorandum, and the long title. Honorable colleagues, the House also in the Committee of the Whole considered a report on a bill for an act to amend the Federal Polytechnics Act, Cap F17 Laws of Federation of Nigeria 2004, to, among other things, review the functions of the polytechnics and related matters, and considered and approved clauses 1 to 4, explanatory memorandum, and the long title. It's also the chairman's report from the Committee of the Whole that considered a report on the bill for an act to provide for the assignment of receivables through factoring, establish legal certainty, promote transparency, modernize assignment laws, facilitate access to credit, and enhance domestic and international trade, and for related matters, and considered and approved clauses 1 to 26, explanatory memorandum, and the long title of the bill. It is the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Public Service Matters on the bill for an act to amend the National Assembly Service Pension Board Act number 62/2023 to, among other things, reconstitute the membership of the board, provide the template for payment of gratuity, and establish a fund for the scheme and for related matters, and considered and approved clauses 1 to 11, as well as the long title of the bill. It is also the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Public Service Matters on the bill for an act to repeal the National Assembly Act number 63/2014 and enact the National Assembly Service Act 2025 to provide for a clear administrative structure for the National Assembly Service, outlining the qualifications of the appointment of clerks, the head of directorates of the National Assembly, and the secretary to the Commission to enhance professionalism and accountability within the National Assembly's administrative framework and for related matters, and consider and approve clauses 1 to 32, the schedules, and the long title of the bill. Finally, it is the chairman's report that the House and the Committee of the Whole considered the report of the Committee on Public Petitions and the petition by sovereignty legal practitioners on behalf of stakeholders in the education sector against the invalidation of degree certificates from the Republic of Benin and Togo by the federal government of Nigeria, and considered and approved recommendations 1 to 5. Leader, please move that these report from the Committee of the Whole become the working instrument of the Parliament, that we do adopt it as a working instrument of the Parliament.
Mr. Speaker, honourable members, I move that this House do adopt the report of the Committee of the Whole as a working document of the House. I so.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion. I so moved. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The report of the Committee of the Whole is hereby adopted as a working instrument of the Parliament. Honourable colleagues, the next order of the day is commencement of debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention for related matters. Standing in the name of the Leader of the House, honourable members will recall that the bill was read the first time on Wednesday, 11 March 2026. And I invite the Chairman, Rules and Business to move that the House do suspend the relevant provisions of the standing orders to enable the House commence and conclude debate on the general principles of the bill. An act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and to provide penalties for contravention and for related matters. Chairman, Rules.
Honourable Speaker, honourable members, I move that the House do suspend Order 12 Rule 41 to enable the House commence and conclude debate on the general principles of a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention and for related matters. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Please, Minority, can you second?
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion that we do set aside relevant provisions of our rules. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please lead the debate on this.
Mr. Speaker, this is an amendment to the existing Electoral Act, particularly an amendment to Section 77, which deals with the party membership. This is in consonance with the fact that the Electoral Act provided for direct primaries, which is completely exclusive for party membership. So this amendment is just trying to strengthen exclusivity of political party membership, so that to avoid double registration of party membership that will influence primary elections. I think this basically, that's about it, and also provided some punishment if such an act taken place. And that's basically what it is, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. The question is that those in support of the bill be read the second time say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The clerk is invited to read the long title of the bill.
Right, Honourable Speaker, honourable members, a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention and for related matters. Second reading.
The bill is hereby referred to Committee of the Whole. The next order of the day is consideration of a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention and for related matters. Leader, please move that.
Mr. Speaker, honourable members, I move that the House do resolve into the Committee of the Whole.
No, move for it for consideration first.
Oh, yes. Mr. Speaker, I move that a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express provisions of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention and for related matters, HB 2728. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
For consideration. Yes. Seconder.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion for consideration of HB 2728. I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion that this bill be slated for consideration say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Leader, please, can you move that the House resolve into the Committee of the Whole to consider this report?
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I move that House do resolve into the Committee of the Whole to consider this report. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Minority Leader.
My dear colleagues, Mr. Speaker, I rise to second the motion. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolve into Committee of the Whole. Honorable colleagues, we are back again into the Committee of the Whole, where the Speaker sits as the Chairman of the Committee of the Whole, and the bill to be considered is for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership, provide penalties for contravention and for related matters. Leader, you are hereby invited to give us the synopsis of the bill in 1 minute.
Mr. Chairman, this amendment bill is amending Section 77 of the existing Electoral Act. That's all about it. It's amending the provisions whereby there is an addition to trying to prohibit double registration and enshrining some punishment where such crime exists. Yes, Mr.
Thank you very much. Honorable colleagues, the question is that 3 clauses. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, this act seems to be in contravention of Section 40 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria as amended, which guarantees freedom of association at any time. Now, if this act is saying that if it is discovered that someone has registered as a member of 2 political parties, he'll be denied the membership of the 2 parties. Instead of denying the membership of 2 parties, I think we should recommend that it should be limited to only 1. Denying him the freedom to associate with all the 2 political parties he might have belonged to is a contravention of his right under Section 40 of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which guarantees freedom of association. So I submit that this act, we should amend this recommendation to mean that at all material time, a Nigerian must be limited to only 1 political party. Now, instead of denying a person the membership of the 2 political parties. I so submit, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, let me hear from you. I think you agree that we needed to do this, but you're just thinking about the punishment, whether or not the punishment should be there.
Mr. Chairman, yes. I would want to vehemently support the position as we have passed it. You cannot, it will be mischief to, as an adult, go and register in 2 political parties at the same time. It is wrong, totally wrong, an act of dishonesty. You should belong to 1 and follow that 1 through. But you cannot eat your cake and have it. You cannot put your legs in 2 different houses at the same time. It doesn't work that way. For the sake of moral justice and honesty, and to uphold honor, you should belong to one political party at the same time, at any given time. And that is why the NIN is equally asked for. So that when you put it in one, you cannot register in another. So I believe we should hold the position as it is, that you can only register in one political party at a time. Later on in life, if you want to go to another one, it's okay, you're free to. That's where the issue of association comes. But you cannot belong to two at the same time. No.
Thank you very much. Can we, wait please. He was raising his hand first. Let me hear from him.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Yeah, the chairman. Mr. Chairman.
You look good.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Your Excellency. I would never want to belong to two political parties in my life. But if that is belonging to two political parties at the same time, never in my life. But I hope that we are able to cure whatever mischief makers can try to throw into somebody's will. Is it possible for somebody to go to another political party without my permission to go and register me there, and now turn around to claim that I have registered in two political parties? If it is possible, then we might be creating a situation that we may not be able to manage.
I think that is why biometrics is involved. Only you have your biometrics. Only you have that.
Mr. Chairman, that's why
it says knowingly in the law, knowingly, which is mean intentional, deliberate, element. If that is established, knowingly. And one of the ways to know that you did that is by sharing your biometrics, which is supposed to be personal to you.
Mr. Chairman.
Yes. Well, the court can interpret unless people want to enlarge that, All right, let's hear from you, and then we'll come to you.
I remember, Mr. Chairman, honorable colleagues, I remember Lawan Shatima Ali representing Bursari, Gairi Minisarpero constituency and Premier Besesa. Mr. Chairman, I think going by this particular provision, I think we're only talking of fining or conviction of a particular person who happens to belong to political party at the time. But even presently, anybody does come to another party usually writes to his ward that he is no longer be with that political party. This shows that Nigerians are already aware of that provision, but we are talking of anybody retains to stay in both political party while changing or spying for one of the political parties, whereby he can be convicted. But as for so long as Nigerians are concerned for now, people are deregistering themselves from the political party they are living to the new party. Or they cannot join. That's a simple issue. So we are talking of conviction now, that everybody happens to be wanting.
Yeah,
I think that's my contribution.
The awareness is there. It's just what is the punishment? I think that's what we're talking about. And that's what he raised. He raised that he is in support that if you are found to be in two political parties at the same time, you should be punished. But he was saying, let the punishment not be that you lose out in the two parties. I think that was his argument. Yeah. Let him be in one party, not two parties. But now, how do you determine which party he will belong to? So it means where there are two equities, the first in time prevail. But we cannot go into that now. Let's look at what we have in our laws, and let's hear your opinion.
Mr. Chairman, this is a good amendment, but it is not well couched in order to address the issue of freedom of association and also the issue of establishing who registered in 2 political parties. If you look at the draft, who will establish that? I think the law should clearly state who will establish, who has registered.
I didn't get that. It's not established who did what?
Sir?
You say who establishes who registered? It's INEC.
Well, it has to be clearly stated.
No, it's obvious that
because
INEC...
it's not INEC that will conduct primaries. It's the political party.
No, let me explain that aspect. You are mandated by virtue of, I think it's section 34 of the Electoral Act to submit your register 21 days before primaries.
Yes.
Now, if you have, as a party, submitted your register, and there are about 3 registers or 4 registers where somebody wants to be mischievous, is in Party A, Party B, Party C.
Yes.
What should be his punishment? That is where we are, because it's happening.
Mr. Chairman,
it's happening. The law wants to breach that gap. What should be the punishment? Because the database of INEC will have your details for Party A and have your details for Party B. If at the end of screening it, INEC comes out and say, look at these names, they are multiple parties, what do we do?
Okay, Mr.
That's
Chairman,
what the law is asking.
Mr. Chairman, what I'm saying is we should not allow this law, we should not give it to lawyers to feast on it. It is better 21 days to primaries. What I'm proposing is where the commission detects that a person is registered in more than one political party, the commission shall notify the affected political party. The individual shall, within 14 days, elect in writing one political party to retain membership. Because we must guarantee the freedom of association. Then failure to make such election shall render that person ineligible to participate in the primary election of any political party for that electoral cycle. This law must be clear on this process. Otherwise, the lawyers, within that 21 days gap, they will stop primary elections of any political parties. Because INEC must communicate to a political party, hey, we have detected so, and so, registered in so, and so political parties. And it can affect their primaries. And then gives the political party the time also to determine or to give the person the freedom of association, which political party do you want to belong to. I think we must be...
But let me ask you, if you sign a document of a political party with your details, with your photographs, your signature, your particulars, and you sign it more than once,
Mr. Chairman.
I mean, you should know that...
Mr. Chairman, I can guarantee you, let me tell you the truth, Mr. Chairman. Some people registered in 2 political parties.
They register in 2 political parties?
Many people.
What should be the punishment? Thank you for raising that.
People are struggling now. The political parties are struggling now.
We should not encourage that. We should not encourage people registering into, because it's misrepresentation. It's fraudulent misrepresentation. You should be able to identify with a political ideology, be known with it, stand by it. But to go and deliberately register in 2 political parties, that is deceit. That is why this thing is there. You know, so, Kwamoti, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Chairman.
Please, wait. People will be allowed to ventilate their opinion, okay?
Thank you, Chairman. I think this provision is so explicit. There is so explicit.
Yes.
It's so explicit. It is dealing with those people that are going to cause mischief, personally. That's why it's a person. So it's referring to a person that contravenes this. And we have to make, people pay for crime they have committed. And this provision did not stop any person from joining a party. It says such person his membership is void. Pending regularization, that means it has given you time to go and do that. Nobody is stopping you from joining another political party. I think this provision is so explicit. By the time we are importing other things again, it will be very worthy. Thank you.
The position is that it's explicit and we should not import things into it so that we don't model, because this version is also the version before the Senate as we speak now. And you know, it affects you, because if we don't finish this Electoral Act, issues now, you will not be able to use it to your favor during this coming election. So let us not import so much into this. I'm going to ask the question, but before that, let me take one here again, one here and one here, but two minutes. Spokesperson first, then leader.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman. I just want to draw the attention of this Honorable House to the fact that while there are a lot of provisions in this amendment for joining a political party, nothing is said about the process of resignation from a party. And I am suggesting provisions that will say an individual shall be deemed to have resigned his membership of a political party upon submitting a letter of resignation to the chairman of his ward and INEC, following which the political party will be required to delist his membership within 7 working days.
I think you are going into another subject matter. In legal drafting...
Mr. Chairman, sir. Mr. Chairman,
No. In legal drafting...
In protecting...
Wait. Excuse me. In legal drafting, there is a subject matter for membership of a party, resignation from a party. It falls under a particular section. Some of the drafters who are here will tell you that. And then there is a section for a dual membership. That is what we are dealing with now. If you now begin to import the process of resigning from a party, and that falls under another section of this Electoral Act. So you go there, you ask for amendment there, we will do it there. But this one we're talking about now is dual membership, is specific subject matter. If you contravene the issue of dual membership, what is the punishment? That is simplicity. So that let's not go into, but you are free to bring in amendments with regards to how a member resigns from his party. Okay? That is another subject matter. Membership and resignation of membership of a political party. There we can put all those guidelines. You write a letter, you publish it, it will be announced. Those kind of things come up there. But here is specific, simplicity, dual membership. If you do it knowingly, there is a qualifying word there. It says knowingly. So intention is established. Once it is established, what is the punishment? Let's restrict our conversation to that, please. Thank you very much. Please, what is your point of order? Put your microphone, ma'am.
If the name is found in 2 registers, if I register in PDP and leave PDP and register in APC, remember my name is in 2 registers, and somebody goes to court. After I have sent letter to the party that I have left, but my name is found in 2 registers, and somebody that wants to be mischievous sues me for belonging to 2 political parties, how do you officially terminate membership for you to be able to punish somebody for belonging to 2 parties?
Let me clear you on that. That is law of evidence. It boils down to law of evidence. And which aspect of evidence, what is admissible? Your communication, letter of communication to the party will become evidential. When you communicated, become evidential. When they receive it, becomes evidential. That will guide you in your defense that I actually resigned and they were duly communicated. We cannot put everything into the law because it will be verbose. So that establishes that. I think I'm just going to put the question so that we can move ahead, Let me ask a question. Those in support of this bill say aye. Aye. Clause 1 carried. Clause 2 carried. Clause 3 carried. Long title. Good. Yes, where's the last one?
Mr. Chairman, let me just add another one after 10, Mr. Chairman, if we can make it 11. If we can make it 11.
Please, Honorable Sada.
In order to address
Honorable Sada, 1 minute. I'll come back to you. My in-law, please, let me hear you. There's something you wanted to say. It will be good to hear you. Put on your microphone. Put on your microphone, sir.
See, the concern is on this issue of mischievousness. Now, you are talking about e-registration. It has never reached almost all our local wards up till today. I'll give you an example of my whole self. I'm a PDP member today, but yesterday, the chairman of APC said, yes, send me a registration card. ADC have sent me one as well. And I didn't ask anyone to do for me.
APC has sent you what?
See, the issue is they can use that, maybe, probably, and take it to court.
You say APC send you what?
Yes, a card. The people, APC have started doing their own, the e-system, but before the e-system, you have a card, a simple small card, which they register you in your own ward. And they are threatening you that they will utilize this as evidence against you in court. So the issue is, if somebody is having duel, yes, somebody might have been mischievous on that person.
Let me tell you.
So
once you get
voiding the entire 2 cards or 3 cards of a membership, then that will be a very serious thing. Because if probably the elites and the most polished political elites in their localities today, they have registered in their e-system. But in our own localities, in our own villages, up till now, your ward chairman will just register you, even without your consent. So this is our problem.
Thank you.
Yes.
Once it comes to your notice that you are communicated of a registration that you were not aware of, you formally write to them. We say knowingly. The law says knowingly. The law says knowingly. That is the qualifying word in that piece of legislation, knowingly. So if you can prove that you were not aware, that suffices.
It doesn't be on me that I'm just acting honestly. And then the proof is now being shifted to me to start proving that I don't belong.
Yeah.
Mr. Chairman, let me put on record, because I know the record of the National Assembly of the House of Reps.
You've not been recognized.
Sorry, sir.
You just stood up and started talking. Please let me hear from the leader, Chief Whip, Deputy Chief Whip, and Jonathan. I'll give you the floor, then I'll ask the question. We cannot be going forward. You know, we have already, this one is academic exercise. We've done clause 1, clause 2, clause 3. It's an academic exercise we are doing now. Because the gavel has gone down, remember?
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Chairman, Speaker of the State as Chair, and distinguished honorable colleagues. Ibrahim Ayokunle Isiaka. Unfortunately, when we make all these laws, we are not always there to interpret our intentions. Somebody else is going to interpret whatever, which are the judges, what we put on paper. And they are not here today to listen to us. Without watering down the amendment here, and not to alter what has been stated, I'm of the personal opinion that at every point in time that any person seeks for elective position, either for primaries or for whatever, within the given time, irrespective of the registers submitted by our parties, there should be a sworn affidavit. That is, to just include that as part of the requirement of this evidential knowingly, to say that at the time I'm filling this form, I belong to social party with an affidavit. I think in a way, it may cure the mischief that many of us and the fear
all right. Okay, let me, even though it's academic exercise now, let me, please sit down.
Thank you.
In law, there are rules of interpretation. The first issue you raised was the people who are going to be interpreting these laws, they are not in this room. They don't need to be in this room. If we wait for them to be in this room, we will not be able to make the laws that we make. But in the course of the study of law, there are rules that over time, through research, we have been able to build, which we use to understand the purposive intention of the legislators at the time they drafted the pieces of legislation. Talk about ejus dem generis rule, talk about literal rule, mischief rule, you know, there are so many rules that the lawyers use to be able to understand what is in the mind of the drafters at the time they drafted this rule, because they are trying to understand the purposive intention. What do they want to achieve? So those rules will guide the judges and have always guided the judges. So don't be worried about their understanding what we are trying to do here today. And then on the second part of what you were trying to say on, you know, the registration, I think INEC has what it takes to publish registration of that have been submitted to them, and people will be given time to go and look through those. Just like you have voters registration, have that. People will look through it to know where their names appear. If you see it and then you ignore it, that is also knowingly ignoring it. But if you see it and you take action, from the date you notice it and the action taken, that would justify that you did not deliberately put your name there. I think we should stop this conversation now. We have done well with it. I think I'm going to have what we call the Electoral Act Caucus Group, where we can always sit to deliberate on some of these things. The same thing I want us to do with Constitutional Amendment Caucus Group. So that there are issues, you know, we're going to start constitutional amendment. After this first stage, we're going to go again. So if there are deliberations that the House may not allow you time to look into, we'll meet in those small circles where we can ventilate on what we think is the best to do. So some of these caucuses, I'm thinking we're going to be looking, if time allows us, because election is just by the corner. Leader, please move that the House resolve back to plenary to report progress from the Committee of the Whole.
Mr. Chairman, honourable members, I move that.
But before you do that, please, there's a question. What if Mr. A resigned from party, but they refuse to accept his resignation? They are not bound. They cannot reject your. If they say no, it means you have fulfilled your own duty. So the other one is they are on the frolic of their own.
Mr. Chairman, I move that this House revert to plenary to report progress.
Please, Minority Leader, can you second this motion by the leader? Minority Leader, you have been distracted. Please second that we move back to plenary to report
Chairman,
progress.
my dear colleagues, I do second the motion that we revert back to plenary. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The House hereby resolved to plenary to report progress. Thank you, honorable colleagues. The House is now in plenary where the chairman sits at the speaker, and this is a report from the Committee of the Whole. The House in consider the report on the bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention and for related matters, and approve clauses 1 to 3 and the long title of the bill. Leader, please move that the House do adopt this report of the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument of the Parliament. Leader, please move. Leader, please move. Leader, please move that we adopt the report from the Committee of the Whole as a working instrument.
Mr. Speaker, honourable members, I move that this House do adopt the report on the amendment bill on the Electoral Act for this House to make it as a working instrument. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion as moved by the acting House Leader. I so second.
Those in support of this motion say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The report of the Committee of the Whole is now a working instrument of the Parliament. Leader, please can you move that we suspend our rules to have the third reading of this bill?
Honorable Speaker, honorable members, I move that this House suspend its relevant rules to allow the House to adopt the report.
No, to suspend the rules for the third reading of this bill.
I move that this House suspend its relevant rules for the consideration of this.
For the House to
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I rise to second the motion that we do suspend relevant rules to enable us to take third reading of the bill. I so second.
Thank you. Those in support of this motion for suspension of our rules say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. Clerk, please.
Right Honourable Speaker, honourable members, a bill for an act to amend Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention and for related matters. Third reading.
Thank you. Bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act 2026 to make express prohibition of dual party membership and provide penalties for contravention and for related matters. Read third time and pass. Leader, please move that the House do adjourn sitting till tomorrow. Same time, same place.
Mr. Speaker, honorable members, I move that this House do adjourn till tomorrow, same time, same place. I so move, Mr. Speaker.
Minority Leader, please.
Mr. Speaker, my dear colleagues, I second the motion that the House do stand adjourned to tomorrow. I so second.
Those in support that the House do adjourn sitting till tomorrow, same time, same place, say aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. The nays will stay and the ayes will go. The House is hereby adjourned till tomorrow, same time, same place.